Hey guys, welcome back to Clubhouse Kids. So today's video is going to be an updated parent table video. I did this video probably about a year and a half ago. So some things have changed, some things have not changed, but I'm just going to update that video and kind of give you a tour of the parent table. So this is the table that the parents come to in the morning to sign their child in and out. And so I'm going to kind of show you everything that I have on this table. But first of all, I want to say I know it's been a while since I have done a video, and thank you for all your sweet comments asking if everything is okay. We are fine. We are great. Daycare has been rolling just as normal. It's just been a busy season of life. So Christmas was busy, and then the new year we had a construction project going on in our home that has now completed, and it's just I just really didn't have the time in the evening to make videos. So I'm wanting to make videos. I might not be making them as frequently, but I do have some videos kind of in the works and some ideas. And always, if you guys have ideas that you would like me to do, comment below. And I'm also going to finally have some time to kind of watch some of you guys' videos. So if you have a daycare channel that I follow as well, if you start getting old comments from like November, December videos and you're like, girl, this is old, that is because I am finally getting time to watch them. Alright, so let's get started on my parent table. So I think it's really important to have a parent table where you just kind of have an area where you can keep some of the kids' supplies, you can keep some forms for the parents, you can keep a place that they can put your tuition checks, a place where they can sign in and sign out their kids. And so mine is kind of when you walk into our home, we live in a split level home, and so you walk into a foyer and you either go up to our main living area, and where actually I don't do daycare and our daycare kids don't go up there, or you come down to the lower level, which is where I do daycare. Now, I am in Illinois, and so it's very snowy right now, and on super snowy days, sometimes I will stick my sign-in chart upstairs in the foyer, especially for like my school-age care parents, so they can just sign in there and not have to take off snow boots and stuff like that. But for the most part, the parents come down to the lower level, and then the first table that they get to is this one here. And so I just have a bulletin board. I've had this bulletin board for a couple years. I might change it out this summer, but I still just absolutely love the theme. I have this kind of woodland theme through some of my other classrooms, and I really enjoy that. And then you get the table itself here where the parents can sign their child in and get forms, and my school age cubbies are down here. So I'm just going to kind of bring the camera a little bit closer and then kind of go through everything. Okay, so we'll first start with this green box. This green box is my catch-all. So this is where parents put the tuition checks, they'll put any forms I need for the day, they'll put random pacifiers that might have been in their pockets, just anything. This is kind of like the Miss Holly box. Everything goes in here. The only thing that wouldn't go in here is obviously like medication or something like that. They would not leave that here because a child could get to it. But anything, paperwork, any forms, stuff like that, just kind of gets put in here, and then after drop off I can kind of snatch anything that's in this box, and parents don't have to individually hand me all this stuff during drop-offs. And then here is my sign-in sheet here. Now this one, I don't have the kids' names on it yet, but I would put the kids' names here, and then when the parents get here, they put the time in, and then when they sign the child out at the end of the day, they just put the time out, and then I just require one signature by the end of the week in this space. Now I have these for free on my TPT site, so I will link that below if you guys want to use these sign-in sheets as well. I switch them out every month, and so right now I have January and February's up on there, and then I'll be getting towards the end of each month I add the new one. Now if you have school-age kids like me, what I do, if you want to put this into a design program, you can do that, or if you just like to use pen, you can use a little whiteout and white out a line here and white out a line here, and that would give you two spots, which what you're needing for your school age kids. For in Illinois, we sign them, the parents would sign them in, and then I would sign them out when the bus gets here, and then I sign them back in when the bus back arrives here in the afternoon, and then the parents sign them out at the end of the day. So if you have school-age kids and you're needing 2 spots, that's an easy way to do it. Just take some white out and white out that black line and white out this black line, and it'll give you a larger space for your school-age kids. So these are my sign-in sheets, and then at the end of the week, I actually take this, and then I have an attendance record that I would just mark the days that each kid has been here, and then I file this away for taxes. So there's that. And then after that is just a cup of pens. You know, I replace these probably about twice a year because they are going to kind of disappear. I grab them throughout the day and use them for other things. My kids grab them. You know, parents are going to obviously grab them and accidentally take one away. So I just buy the cheap ones. These are just those Bic. I think it's 99 cents for the bag. And I buy them probably twice a year at the beginning of the school year, and then around Christmas time I just buy a new bag and fill up this. So there's always plenty of pens. I always have hand sanitizer, so the kids either use hand sanitizer when they first arrive or they go to the bathroom and wash their hands. And then this is going to be any form that a child might need for the day. So these are not the forms that they would bring me when the child, you know, first enrolls, or yearly forms I need or anything like this. This is just the daily forms that not everyone's going to need. They're not going to need these every day. So I'm going to go through each one and show you. So first off, at the top, I just have a stack of my business cards. I flipped it over because obviously my number and everything's on there, but I just like to stick some business cards up here. So I've gotten enrollments from doing this. You know, some of my current parents will grab some cards and pass them out, or if they know of someone that's looking for care. So this is just a easy way to just advertise your business. Also, just kind of if your current parent wants a new card to put on their fridge or something like that, they're always just here for the parents. And then in the first drawer, I keep envelopes. These are just, you know, just your standard size envelopes. So I have some parents that pay in cash and check. So if they do, especially cash, they'll put it into an envelope and then put it over in that green bin, just so when I go to, you know, write in their tuition for the week or something, it's all in one spot. I also like if they put the checks in here, just so other parents don't see you know, how much they're paying each week. The second drawer is a medication form. You know, so child's obviously, they're on a medication that they would take all the time. They would have a different form in their file. So this is just if, you know, they're on an antibiotic or just need a medication for, you know, just a couple days or something like that. They would fill out this form here, and it's just going to say child's name, the type of medication. I have them circle if it's prescription or over the counter, how much, the time that the medication needs to be given, and then how it's going to be administered. So if you know, it's through a dropper, through a nebulizer, or just a topical cream. And then if it needs to be kept in the refrigerator, yes or no, and then the parents sign it there. And then actually on the back, after I give the child the medication, I will just usually write the date, the time, and you know, that I had given this. And then I would take this form and put this into the child's file to just kind of keep it. So that one is there. Obviously that's not used every day, but if your child needs to be on a medication. This one is my vacation form. So I take vacations throughout the year. I always give my parents about 6 months notice. So a lot of my parents will take vacations the same weeks that I take vacations, so it's really convenient. But if they're going to take a vacation outside of that time, I do require tuition the same as if their child was here or not. They pay for a spot in my daycare, not necessarily attendance. So this is a vacation notification form. So if they're going on a vacation that's outside of my closing schedule, they would put their child's name, the date, the start date of their vacation, and the end date of their vacation. And then I understand that payment is based on contract, not attendance. I have paid in advance the amount of, and they'll just write in their weekly amount or their 2-week amount, no matter how, you know, however long they're going on vacation. For the weeks for my family will be on vacation. And then they sign it and I sign it. And then I file this away as well. And then this is when I'm going out to write out, you know, my attendance for the week or planning out the weeks, I can always know who's going to be here, who's not going to be here. So that one. This is my summer notification form. I do not require tuition through the summer. So if a parent is going to pull a child for the summer, let's say they're a teacher or something, I don't require them to pay during the summer. I know a lot of providers do, and that's okay. My thing is, I personally like a smaller group during the summer. And so if a parent's going to pull the child for the summer and bring them back in the fall, I'm okay with that. And also my area is where I constantly get calls for just summer care. So I would not, if I needed to fill the spot, I don't think I'd have a problem filling the spot. So I don't require tuition for that. But I do require a 2-week deposit for the fall to hold their spot, and if they would not come back, they would lose that deposit. So if a child's going to be pulled for the summer and come back in the fall, this is the form that they are going to fill out. It says name a child, today's date, their summer start date, and then their summer end date, and then the first 2 weeks of fall care was received in the amount of, and then you're going to write the amount here. And then I understand my fall deposit is non-refundable if I choose to unroll my child from care. And then they sign it and I sign it. So. And then the last form I have is a child pickup authorization. So this form rarely gets used, but there has been time, so it is a good form to have. So in the kids' file, when they get enrolled here, they have a list of people that can pick them up. Now, if they are wanting someone to pick them up that is not on that list, I have to have this form filled out. So I'll give you an example of sometimes that works. So if I have a foster child enrolled and they have like a case manager or someone coming to pick them up, I would need to have this form so that the child can go with that case manager, because sometimes case managers change and so they might not be on their regular form. Now, once this form has been filled out, I have right down here, please add this person to my child's release form for future pickups. And then I have yes or no. So if the parent would circle yes, then I would just add this to their pickup form. Another time that this has needed this, I had a school age girl that like her high school babysitter was picking her up, taking her to dance because the parents were working late. And so obviously that girl was not on her pickup form, so I had the parents fill this out. So they're going to put the name of the child, who is picking the child up, the phone number, and then if it's a cell or home number, the relationship to the child, and the date and the time of pickup, and then the parent's going to sign it. Now, over here is the form the section that I fill out when the person comes to pick up the child. So I put the time of the pickup. If they show their ID, which they would, they have to show their ID. I'll mark here, and then a password given, I mark here, and then they sign it and I sign it. Now, so when they come here, I required them to see their ID, and then every family in my care has a password, and so that family, like the mom or dad, would have given the person picking up the password, and they have to tell me that password, and I have that password on their file. Just one more thing to keep the kids safe. So on here it says proof of identification and family password must be given for pickup. Under no circumstances will the child be released without this form completely filled out and ID shown. So this, so in my 10 years, I rarely have had this filled out 3 times. So it's really not like a form that you're going to be using a lot, but it is a really good form to have for the daycare. So if you are interested in these forms, I will also link this into my TPT store and put these up for you guys. I know some of them will work, and I'll make it a free download, so if you just want to kind of get the idea of it and make it your own, that's fine. The only other thing I have left here on my parent table is underneath here are my school-age kids cubbies. Ooh, this one's empty. She did good. So usually these are so full, but by the end of the week I do ask them, hey, let's clean out our cubbies, because sometimes they can get pretty full. Let's see. Yeah, all kinds of stuff in this one. So my daycare kids don't really have cubbies because my daycare kids are 0 to 24 months, but my school age kids do have cubbies because they always have just random things that show up, little toys that they bring, you know, pictures that they will color, and so it's just a nice way to just kind of collect all that stuff, especially if I'm cleaning up at the end of the day and I find, you know, just some random stuff. I can just put it into their cubby. So it is a nice place to just kind of have them their own little space to keep their stuff. I keep those underneath here, and then on the bottom I just keep all of our like games, like the daycare games. And the school kids have really been into board games this year. So for the most part, after school, they'll all kind of grab a game and play a game together. So it's been kind of nice. This is kind of their favorite thing. So I keep them all under here. I have both of these sections full of games that they can play. So, and it's really easy to pick them up, and it really doesn't make that much of a mess or anything like that. Okay, so that's my parent board. Over here, actually, I guess I didn't show you over here. This is our monthly calendar. I always have like just a monthly calendar. It's going to have any closing dates for the parents. I also send home a copy with them at the beginning of every month, and then I have a clock. So if they'll have their cell phone on them or something, they can quickly look up there to have the time to sign their child in. So that's it. That's my parent table. Let me know in the comments below if you keep something at your parent table that I don't have that would be a good idea, or let me know if you have kind of the same setup as me also. So thanks for watching this video, and I will continue to make videos. I really, really enjoy this channel. I love the community on YouTube with other providers. It's just lately our season of life has been busy and crazy, and so as a mom, obviously my priorities have to go to my family, and so, but I do enjoy making videos, and I hope to make more in the future. So give me a thumbs up if you guys like this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.